Yo guys, so when it comes to air conduction earphones, typically they're not my favorites, especially designs like this. And these are just my least favorite looking designs. But this video shouldn't be about all the things I hate, but rather I can try and at least find the things that I do like. Before I even get into this video, just make sure you don't run from the subscribe button, otherwise you won't be free for the rest of your life. I promise you these puns sound way better in my head. Okay, so introducing these earphones first. So these are the SoundPeats Runfree, not the LITE, but just Runfree. And with these, they're air conduction earphones. They're an interesting design. They're inserted over the top of your ears. They hover over your ears. As with all air conduction earphones, the sound is just transmitted through the airwaves into your ear canals. And these earphones specifically have a slim band that holds them together, I guess just to allow them to rest on the base of your neck. And as for the band, it's made of nickel titanium, which is unimaginably comfortable. It's smooth, and at the same time it's extremely flexible. Now these have to be the most flexible earphones I've handled to date. The material in general that they use is very comfortable, and on top of that it's also resistant to fingerprint. It has beautiful cosmetics, and honestly it has great color layering. The gray and the black flow well together. This design specifically was never my favorite. I think the band feels a little old-fashioned. Like a few years ago we had earphones that used to have the bands around the neck. Those weren't even running earphones, just how earphones were at the time, because the technology wasn't advanced enough to pair two different earbuds in Bluetooth and just play audio that way. And with this design, the earphones don't rest flush on your ears. They kind of just hover over your ears. Now this design, it's more meant so to be universal for people with different kinds of ears. So in a way, the flexibility just tries to conform to whatever head shape or ear type that anybody can have. But at the end, for me, what ends up happening with these earphones is they become a little flimsy, because when you just put them on your ears, they don't rest really easily, and they're kind of loose over the ears. Now there's dual microphones for noise cancellation, which never made sense for me for air conduction earphones, because at the end of the day, the design themselves for air conduction, it's more intended to let you be aware of your surroundings by leaving the earphones hovering over your ears and not completely isolating you from your surroundings. It doesn't make sense to me why noise cancellation would be included when it comes to air conduction. In my personal opinion, why bother? Now, there's also 14 hours of battery life on this, which is way above average. And it also has a 16.2mm driver, which I'll talk about the audio a little later. And something else I also like about these earphones is the fact that it has Bluetooth 5.3, which I rave about and go about all the time. Bluetooth 5.3 is the latest, it's the most efficient for your battery life, and also offers stable connections for whatever device you connect it to. Now as for the general audio, it sounds better than I thought. It's really clear, there's no delay, which I know at least that part is a low bar, but it still gets the job done. And it's really accurate, and by that I mean, like, I noticed that these earphones at least maintain the same type of level audio quality that is in the original footage. Now when it comes to sound bleeding, that is an issue, not just for these earphones but just air conduction in general. Air conduction earphones playing audio to the max will just bleed the audio into your surroundings easily. So you're gonna have to be aware of whatever situation you may be in. And the thing is, the volume doesn't even have to be all the way up for you to be audible. The volume could be halfway, I noticed in some instances, and the audio is still leaking out. You're gonna have to make sure you're in a controlled environment, or at least somewhere where you're comfortable enough to be playing the audio at the absolute max. But at the end of the day, the audio is remarkable for such a small design. As it comes to the bass, I think this is where the earphones fall short. When I was listening to audio, there just wasn't a punch to it. It doesn't sound as deep as the actual natural audio is. But when using these, the audio, it sounds great, it sounds accurate, but there just isn't the bass effect to it that makes it sound as though you're listening to audio through earphones. And the audio just, it almost sounds generic, unfortunately, because of that effect. There's no deep bass in it. But when it comes down to me and my overall opinion, I think these are good earphones. Maybe not recommendable for the average person, but definitely for the runner. But for the average person, if you're looking for earphones, maybe these may not be for you because of the bass, or maybe because you're just not even used to air conduction. But then again, let me know what you think. Of course, it's just my opinion. I'm Jadija. I'm out.